we going, everybody? A little bit of gardening here today. Got up my wildlife friendly bird netting. This is the black one, obviously, 10 by 10, but they give you a little bit more in it because this whole length here is 10 metres, and we've got the drop as well. Now, I built, what I've got here is the Rio, the concrete Rio inside the bars, the Y bar. It's going into the ground about 1 metre, and it's about 1 metre and a bit out of the ground as well. Similar to what I did with the fruit trees. Got the arch with the poly pipe, 30mm poly pipe, and I've done that every couple of metres. Or yeah, about 1 metre. Actually, it is about 2 metres. I didn't throw a tape, I just ironed it off. And I've also joined it in between with bamboo sticks. And the rest of it is basically duct tape. So there is no screws, there are no nails, pegs and everything in the ground. So the Y bar, the 30mm poly pipe, bamboo sticks, and duct tape is all I used here. Now along the base, you'll see I've curled it over because the actual overall perimeter or the circumference of this arch equals about 6.5 metres. So I've got 2 metres, 3 metres left over. So I roll it up and I've got a U-shaped peg at the bottom here. Now they're spaced about 900 apart, so this wouldn't be 2 metres, it'd be 1.8. And it goes away all the way along like that. Now, I've incorporated the Flexi garden frame. This is a 3-in-1. In actual fact, there are 2 3-in-1 Flexi garden frames to build this frame here, which is a huge spider frame, if you ask me. That's what I call it. But I've been able to drape over the top the netting. Now, I was actually thinking, what's easier to build? Is it my one there that I've done with the poly pipe and the concrete Rio, or the 3-in-1 Flexi garden frame? Because as I started doing it, I thought that's going to be really easy. But then starting to tie up the bamboo and getting the bracing across the top, that took forever. Well, this one was like a Meccano said, just click them together, erect it, and a couple of pegs around the bottom. And the only thing you've got to do at the end is put a little bit of string around it just to keep it all tight together. And this string actually runs around the whole perimeter of the Flexi garden frames, and I've joined them together just for that extra bracing. This gives a lot of flex, but it doesn't go anywhere. As you know, this has been up for over a year. So the netting's on. All I'm going to be doing here on the end so I can get in, folks, is cut a vertical slit down the middle here, peg it on both sides and just open up to go in. A little bit of an overlap, so that way we stop the birds and the nasty insects getting in. Now, I am initially going to open up the sides, yes. How are the pollinators going to get in? They can't get through this hole. So all I've done now is pegged it down so I can get my positioning of the netting properly done. It doesn't mean it's going to stay enclosed forever. I need to open it up, especially on the warm days, and especially when the tomato, the zucchinis and the cucumber plants, well actually everything, and the capsicum start to flower. So the pollinators will come through here, it'll be open on both ends, and they can travel through quite freely. At the end of the day, a couple will get caught up there because I need to close it at night, just for that extra protection, and especially on the days that I'm not going to be here, but they're going to be far and few between. So when you do install your netting, yes, get it right, make sure you peg it down all the way around so it's all perfectly positioned, and create your openings where you can allow the pollinators. I won't say the wildlife because that could include birds and possums and rats. Now, this ain't going to stop the possums because they can eat through the netting, and definitely not the rats because they'll dig underneath. Mainly birds, so the birds won't get in, and it's a wildlife friendly bird netting, so feel safe to install it. Now I've done this one here, which is a freestanding. This bed over here, which you can see is a bit of a mess. This is going to get a complete overhaul. I'm going to turn this over, and on top of this I'm going to build a rectangular timber frame as a capping so I can actually drape the bird netting over the top and enclose it. So the big Malacca tomatoes are going here, and then we're going to start building the raised beds on the other side. So for now I've got about 10 metres by 2.5, 25 square metres of garden, less the pathways. Probably about 10 tomatoes, 14 tomatoes with the other varieties, a few cucumbers, lots of lettuce and lots of capsicums, and zucchini. So if you haven't planted, you've got plenty of time, hopefully. Plant like I am and enjoy your wonderful garden. And our website, we're still running that major special, folks, up to 80% off everything. 3AW15, 3AW15 is the code word. Take advantage of the great specials because I tell you something, they're as lowest as they'll ever be as far as the price is concerned. Check it all out, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasily, Maresi.